Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. I get this question frequently, especially during hunting season, so let's talk for a few minutes today about, can I carry a loaded shotgun or rifle in my car in Washington State? Okay, before we get rolling, if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button down below. If you want to stay apprised of issues related to your Second Amendment rights, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Click the little bell logo if you want to be notified when we post new videos. And most importantly, let's keep the comments and discussions coming. That's how we're going to make sure we get our videos out to more lawful and responsible gun owners like yourself. Okay, so the topic for discussion today is shotguns and rifles in the car. Now, let's limit what we're talking about here today. We are not talking about handguns in a car. We've done a couple of videos. We'll put the links for that down below. But as a quick refresher, you cannot carry a handgun loaded in your automobile unless you possess a valid concealed pistol license and you carry consistent with the CPL laws. Link for the video is down below. We are not talking about AR pistols either. We have done a video on that. I put the link for that down below too. We are talking about shotguns and rifles. Now, let's make sure we're talking about the right thing when we're talking about shotguns and rifles. For shotguns, we are talking about anything that shoots a shotgun shell that has a barrel length of 16 inches or more, or an overall length of more than 26 inches, and is designed to be fired from the shoulder. So your Remington Shockwaves and things such as that, Mossbergs, these types of firearms right here, those are actually not considered shotguns because they are not meant to be shouldered. For rifles, we are talking about any firearm which shoots a single cartridge through a rifled bore, with each press of the trigger which has a barrel length of at least 16 inches or an overall length of at least 26 inches. So those are the types of firearms that we are talking about. Can you carry those firearms loaded in your automobile? The answer is no. Let's take a look at what the statute says. Now, unlike most of literally all of our firearm restrictions, which we find in RCW 9.41, the restrictions for carrying shotguns and rifles is actually found in RCW 7715, which is part of the Department of Fish and Wildlife regulations. The statute that we're talking about today is RCW 7715-460. It reads as follows. A person is guilty of unlawful possession of a loaded rifle or shotgun in a motor vehicle, as defined in RCW 4604-320, or upon an off-road vehicle as defined in RCW 4604-365 if A, the person carries, transports, conveys, possesses, or controls a rifle or shotgun in a motor vehicle or upon an off-road vehicle except as allowed by department rule, and B, the rifle or shotgun contains shells or cartridges in the magazine or chamber, or is a muzzle-loading firearm that is loaded and capped or primed. So according to this statute, a person is guilty of possessing a loaded rifle or shotgun in an automobile if the rifle or shotgun has any ammunition in it in any way, shape, or form. If there is ammunition in the magazine and the magazine is inserted into the firearm, it is loaded. If there is no ammunition in the magazine, or a magazine is not inserted, but there is still a round chambered, obviously the firearm is loaded. Same goes for shotguns. For your pump action shotguns, if you have some cartridges in that tube, that firearm is loaded. Whether or not you've chambered a round or not, that is irrelevant. Obviously, if there's one in the chamber, then that firearm is loaded. And just to be certain, remember that RCW 9.41.010 subsection 18 defines loaded firearm as follows. Loaded means A, there is a cartridge in the chamber of the firearm. B, cartridges are in a clip that is locked in place in the firearm. C, there is a cartridge in the cylinder of the firearm if the firearm is a revolver. D, there is a cartridge in the tube or magazine that is inserted in the action, or E, there is a ball in the barrel and the firearm is capped or primed if the firearm is a muzzle loader. And as I mentioned before, we've done a video on how does the Washington law define a loaded up firearm. We'll put the link for that video down below. So, in conclusion, can you carry a loaded shotgun or rifle in your automobile? The answer is a pretty clear no. And by the way, a violation of this is a misdemeanor that is punishable by up to 90 days in jail or a $1,000 fine. Listen, you may have more questions about carrying firearms in your automobile or anything related to your Second Amendment rights. And if you do, don't ever hesitate to contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com. Or, of course, you can call us directly at 425-765-0487. Listen, part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.